If you visit Glendale Springs, North Carolina, you will no doubt encounter a lot of signs saying, "Protect our fresh air. Stop the asphalt plant." This video deals with that topic, but first let me tell you a little bit about Glendale Springs. It is located in Ashe County. That is the only North Carolina county that borders both Tennessee and Virginia. On this map, it is colored yellow, and it is the most northwestern county in the state. If you're driving north on Highway 16 out of North Wilkesboro, it is the first township you will encounter once you enter into Ashe County. Glendale Springs is fairly well known for several things. At Christmas time, a lot of people go there to get their Christmas trees. Thousands of folks go there to visit the Church of the Frescas and see the frescoes created by Ben Long. Others go there to gain access to the South Fork of the New River, which is the second oldest river in the world. And then thousands more go to enjoy the beauty of the Blue Ridge Parkway and visit the Northwest North Carolina Trading Post. As you can see from the Ashe County flag, the Blue Ridge Mountains, the New River, and Christmas trees are highlighted in what appears to be a pristine environment. However, there's a real possibility that this pristine environment might be short-lived. A firm named Appalachian Materials LLC has applied for a permit to establish an asphalt plant that could produce 300,000 tons of asphalt a year, which would make it one of the largest asphalt plants in the state. The site of this plant would be at a quarry run by Radford Quarries of Boone Incorporated on Glendale School Road. This road starts in front of the Church of the Frescas and dead ends in the spot where Boggs Road and West Reno Road come together. Both of these roads are gravel, and Boggs Road leads to Highway 163 by utilizing a one-lane low-water bridge over the New River. Speaking of Boggs Road, no more than a mile or so from the quarry on Boggs Road is where on July 30th of 1998, President Clinton, Vice President Gore, and Governor Hunt came together to pronounce that the New River was an American Heritage River. I wonder if they would have come had there been an asphalt plant about a mile away. I wonder what they think today about an asphalt plant possibly being built very near this pristine river. Another question: how does one comprehend how big a plant this would be and what the effects of this asphalt plant would be in this community? First, for folks driving on Glendale School Road and Boggs Road, this would pretty much probably be considered a nightmare. Dump trucks can legally haul 17 tons of asphalt. That means there could be 17,647 truckloads of asphalt leaving the plant each year, which means 17,647 empty dump trucks would have to drive to the site to get loaded. And on top of that, since asphalt is essentially a semi-solid form of petroleum that is heated and then mixed with gravel, there would be thousands of tankers bringing this petroleum product to the plant, and thus there would have to be thousands of empty tankers leaving the plant. How big a road is Boggs Road? You can see a normal minivan on this road. Try to envision a 12-foot wide dump truck passing this or any car on this road. And concerning Glendale School Road, the folks that oversee the Church of the Frescas have had a seismic study done seeing if trucks loaded with gravel from the existing quarry were hurting the frescoes. They found that was exactly what was happening. So if the relatively few gravel trucks leaving the quarry are hurting the frescoes, imagine what 17,647 trucks would do. And using Europe as a guide, another thing that destroys the frescoes are the emissions from smokestacks and vehicle exhaust. And if an asphalt plant starts in Glendale Springs, there will be plenty of these in this community. And keep in mind, these frescoes are no doubt the #1 draw for tourists into Ashe County. Another effect on the community would be the pollutants spewed into the air by the asphalt plant. All told, over 170,000 pounds of air pollution could be released into the air annually, with negative impacts on agriculture and human health. In a study released by the Blue Ridge Environmental Defense League, nearly half the residents report negative impacts on their health after only 2 years of asphalt plant operation. That door-to-door survey showed that 45% of the residents living within a half mile of a 2-year-old asphalt plant report a deterioration of their health, which began after the plant opened. The most frequent problems included high blood pressure, sinus problems, headaches, and shortness of breath. And one more thing that makes asphalt plant located in Glendale Springs much more menacing, the effect thermal inversion has on pollutants. Simply stated, thermal inversion occurs when air blowing over a mountain quickly cools because of the lower temperature on the other side of that mountain. In normal situations, pollutants merely rise into the air and keep rising. However, when thermal inversion takes place, the pollutants get trapped between the cooler air at ground level and the cold air at the higher elevations. Thus, the pollutants stay much closer to the ground, as can be seen in the artwork. Why would this be particularly bad for Glendale Springs? Camp New Hope is located on the New River less than a mile from the proposed asphalt plant. This ministry, that has been operating year-round for 12 years, allows families with children with a terminal disease to come stay at the campsites for 6 days at absolutely no cost. Some of the pictures of past campers are shown. What does thermal inversion look like? Since the river is there, the air has a higher degree of moisture. It is not at all unusual to see fog almost every morning when the outside temperature is warm. This can be seen in the picture. However, another stark reminder of the effects of thermal inversion can be seen in these pictures, which were taken at 9 a.m. on a clear Saturday morning, September 19th of this year. Folks were grilling food at Camp New Hope that would be consumed by people attending a late afternoon wedding at the camp. As can be seen, the smoke from the grilling got trapped and would not rise. If this is what happened when a family grills food, can you imagine what would happen when an asphalt plant begins its operations and has to heat up the semi-solid petroleum so it can mix with gravel to create asphalt? You might ask yourself, why is an asphalt plant allowed to exist so close to this camp? The reason? Ashe County created guidelines for the creation of polluting industries right before the turn of this century. In simple English, a polluting industry cannot be located closer than 1,000 feet from any residential or commercial building, or 1,320 feet, which is a quarter of a mile, from any school, daycare, hospital, or nursing home. Looking at the photograph shown, the quarry is located at the top left corner of the screen with 2 small red arrows pointing to it, and Camp New Hope's Lodge is near the bottom left-hand corner of the screen with 2 small red arrows pointing to it. The quarry is thus just over the hill from the camp, but that is more than 1,000 feet away, so legally it is permitted. The last question to ask, what can you do to help the folks in Glendale Springs protect their fresh air? There are 2 most important and timely things, and they culminate on October 5th and 6th. On October 5th, a Monday, at 9 a.m., there will be a meeting of the Ashe County Commissioners at the Ashe County Courthouse to discuss the asphalt plant. Before this meeting takes place, please contact each of the commissioners and tell them you do not want an asphalt plant constructed in Glendale Springs. The contact information for the commissioners can be found at a website, www.helpglendalesprings.com, which is also where you can find a link to this video. And then if you are able, please attend this meeting so the commissioners can see firsthand how many people do not want an asphalt plant in Glendale Springs. The second thing you can do is contact the folks at the North Carolina Department of Air Quality. The office that oversees Ashe County is located in Winston-Salem. Please tell them you do not want an asphalt plant. The contact information for them can also be found at www.helpglendalesprings.com. And then on the following evening, which is October 6th, at 6 o'clock, they will stage a public meeting at the Ashe County Courthouse to hear what people think about the proposed asphalt plant. If you're able, please make plans to attend. And next, please tell your friends or those that might be interested in this problem facing Glendale Springs. Tell them to go to www.helpglendalesprings.com to learn about this proposed asphalt plant and then to learn how to do something to stop it. In conclusion, let me point out a couple of key points. First, excavation has already taken place at the quarry that appears to set the stage for an asphalt machine being brought in. This excavation, which is quite massive in scale, can be seen in this picture. The other point to remember, if an asphalt plant is brought to Glendale Springs, its effects will not be limited only to this community. The mountains in this county are some of the oldest in the world. Over millions and millions of years, the weather has rounded off their tops, and thus, as can be seen in these pictures, it will be quite easy for the normal daily breezes in Ashe County to spread the pollutants from an asphalt plant far and wide. The pollutants may originate in Glendale Springs, but their effects will be felt over a very large swath of the high country. Many thanks for your time and consideration.